So, I mean, I would say that currently maybe they have different priorities. I want to highlight that while right now this is probably the case when the AI Act, so the regulatory framework that is going to be put in place in Europe, when these will be fully implemented, ultimately it will be up to the US or the individual companies to decide whether to comply to it or not in order to access, for example, the European market. So I want to also say that President Macron actually emphasized easing regulation to foster AI innovation. So there's a plan to actually reduce the regulation, which was actually an issue raised during the summit.
Is that what the US is specifically concerned about, and what has the UK said?
Right now, it's not clear based on what I read, like specifically what are the UK reasons. And I mean, there are not even clear replies from the US, but we can imply that from the US discussion during the summit.
So what do these 60 countries that signed the statement, including France, China, India, Japan, Australia and Canada, what have they all agreed to with regards to artificial intelligence?
So they all signed this agreement for ensuring that AI is open, inclusive, transparent, ethical, safe, secure and trustworthy, and also take into account the fact that this AI should be for people, so it should be human-centric. And there was also like an important part of sustainability. So AI should be also sustainable for people and the planet.
What are the main ethics concerns around AI at the moment? How will countries and corporations tackle these issues?
Okay, so we have made huge progress in safety and ethics, so with biases, but there are still some issues there. And personally, my main concerns is the fact that users aren't really properly educated about AI, especially young people right now. They are using it for tasks like Google search instead, for example, to go through reliable searches. So another main issue for me is that some people turn to AI to psychological support. At the same time, the machine has no way of knowing if someone, for example, with mental health is replying, is behind the screen. Yet users may feel like have this sense that they're engaging with a person, and but the machine is not actually an expert. And what the companies and governments are doing is, again, trying to regulate that. I think it's the first step for governments. At the same time, companies should take this to account and improve that by also talking to the people. So again, we are back into the human-centric approach.
What are some of the other uses of AI around the world, and what are some of the environmental concerns that were raised at the summit?
I mean, there are main issues with environmental concerns because for this model to be available, a lot of computational power, a lot of energy is consumed and burned. So there is a huge issue on consumption. But on the other hand, it's hard to believe that things can't be further optimized. And we are actually seeing this trend in, I would say, literally the last month. So, for example, note that Google, like a ChatGPT search costs 10 times more than a simple Google search in terms also for the environment.
Overall, would you say we're still in very early days in terms of AI governance, even though we seem to have come quite far, say, in the past couple of years? There's still a long way to go.
Absolutely. So I think that like the pace that like the fast pace that AI is using is moving. It's very different from like the pace of the regulatory framework. But it's now the time to do that. And maybe we are even a bit too late, but we have to do it now, and we have to ensure that AI is safe and like all the other things that have been signed in the AI summit for like a better future for all of us.
Okay, well, it seems like some progress was made at the summit. Debora, Nozza, thank you so much for joining The World.
Thank you.